Good morning, everyone, from me as well. But at first, so we all live in the age of AI, and so we are using it to automate our support, provide AI assistance, and we use it in our coding new features. But of course, we still value a lot human connections, and therefore we really are grateful for all of you who came here today so that we can have real live connections and have your feedback, have your suggestions, and just have a nice chat with you and have a party afterwards with you. And also thank you for all who are joining today live in the live stream. And please participate with your questions and feedback as well. So this year is a special year for us as we are celebrating our 15th birthday. So the birthday was 2 months ago, and so we are now doing the celebration all year. Yeah? So whenever we meet with our customers and partners, we are doing some parties. And so that's how it started 15 years ago. So it was just me. So I was doing TDD, T-driven development, and creating the first version of eazyBI. And that's how it's going now. So I'm really, I couldn't imagine, but so I'm really grateful that we have now a great team. And we have thousands of customers all over the world and tens of partners. And so that has been a really nice journey for us. And all the time we have been focusing just doing one product, eazyBI. But this year, as you probably noticed, we launched our second product. And our second product is a book. And a book about how eazyBI was made and how we do things. And about more than a year ago, my colleague Ilse asked me that she had an idea, and asked for permission. And of course, I said, good, go ahead. And I'm really thankful for my colleagues, Ilse, Evita, and Lauma, who wrote the book. And so we are giving this as a present, our birthday present to every one of you. And so to all attendees who are here today, so we have physical books, so then later you can get the physical book and get a signed version of it. But for everyone else, you can just go to the eazybi.com/book, and there you can download or read it online. So the short summary of the agenda for these 2 days, so you can see it everywhere printed out. And so for on-site attendees, so it's easy. We have just a single track that you just need to come here and listen and participate. For live stream attendees, so please do the calculation, so what the times are in your time zone. And so I'll start with the yearly update right now. So after that, my colleague Dace will, who is our security officer, will tell about why your data is safe on eazyBI Cloud. Then we'll, another Dace from FlexBI will continue with so she's our long-term partner from FlexBI and will share implementation experiences of eazyBI. And then we have more partner presentations today. So Brian from Singular will tell their use case. Then Geddes from Teambit tell their use case. And then after the launch, we'll have a longer data mapping workshop. So this is one of the more complex parts of eazyBI that some of you might have done previously. So we'll help you how to do the learn how to do custom data imports, how to do data mapping to get your data into eazyBI. And after that, Rodrigo from Nimble Evolution, so he's our coming again to eazyBI, and so he's probably the coming the longest distance from the Brazil for the second year. So thank you very much. So we'll share his experience with eazyBI beyond reports. And then we have a couple of tips and tricks sessions where our colleagues will share some short presentations on what either they are currently working on and what will soon be available in eazyBI, or shares just some favorite features of eazyBI, what you probably haven't experienced, and that should be fun and interesting as well. And the last for today will be one of our Jānis Vanags will tell about intentional reports. And then, as always, we'll have the after party, and all parties are our birthday parties this year. And this time it will be in Kalnciema Kvartāls, so which is nearby, so about some 16 minutes walk. But there will be our colleagues who will guide those who want to go walk over there. And so it's good that it's not raining today, so it will be outdoor party, so bring your jacket. So it's not very warm today, but at least so near the grill, it should be warmer. Grill, drinks and games and party. Then tomorrow morning, our tradition of doing the morning run or walk. So that's the tradition that we have started in our small company meetups. And now we have brought this tradition to Atlassian events as well. So I'm now the main organizer of Atlassian community runs during Atlassian team events or during Atlas camps that we did in Anaheim and Barcelona and Amsterdam. But so please join for either some 5-kilometer run or 3-kilometer walk tomorrow morning, and we'll start at 7:15 from the hotel lobby. And then tomorrow, another Jānis, so as you probably know, we have a lot of them, but so this year 2 of them are speaking. So our Jānis from marketing will tell about Excel's user's guide to eazyBI, so how to use your Excel knowledge and transform to eazyBI knowledge. Then Ilza, who is partly in support, partly in marketing, partly in book writing, will tell about the context. And so nowadays regarding LLMs, so everyone talking about context, but then in eazyBI, context means something a little bit different. So she'll tell about that. Followed by my colleague Nauris, so who is our main AI assistant trainer nowadays, but so he will not speak about AI, maybe mention it, but we'll talk about how to understand descendants in eazyBI. Then again, I will have our one more presenter from Singular, Pamela, will talk about her use case. And then there will be one special tips and tricks jam session by my colleague Kārlis. And then followed by report optimization by colleague Roberts. And then one more presentation from FlexBI by Guido, who many of you know also as one of the best eazyBI trainer. So as we have using Guido as well to help our partners to learn eazyBI. And followed again by tips and tricks session from my colleagues. And then we'll have the not very eazyBI related presentation by Dmitry from Stilsoft. So in the Atlassian ecosystem, we are quite a friendly community of different partners. Some are doing some similar apps like Stiltsov do, and so we invited to share their experience, how they are bringing Jira data actionable in Confluence. And then Maria from Work Mobile will share her use case and experience. And the final presentation tomorrow by Zane, Prince of Chaos. So I have no idea what she will be talking about, so let's see. But then, as you see, there are many breaks as well, and during the breaks, so at the end, we'll have a support bar where if you have any questions or urgent issues with your eazyBI instance, please come and you can get the best on-site and fast support from all eazyBI team. So if we will not be able to solve it, at least give some guidance how to do that, then probably, unfortunately, that's unsolvable problem. But we hope that we can at least give guidance to all of you. Regarding updates, I also wanted to mention that we have this extended team of eazyBI, which are our partners, and especially our certified partners. So 2 years ago, we started our certified partner program, where are higher requirements and criteria, and where we request that partner consultants are passing the exam, and then we can tell to our customers that these are our best partners that can provide good eazyBI implementation, support training as well. And last year, I presented our first 6 certified partners, including our founding certified partner FlexBI, who is helping to train others, as well as Nimble, who is participating here. And during the second year, we have 5 more certified partners, including Singular, who are speaking during the community days here as well. So thank you for all certified partners who have invested their time to improve their eazyBI knowledge and help our common customers. Okay, so let's move to the main topic and update what's new in eazyBI, as we are releasing all the time some new features and sending you this information, but probably you haven't noticed some things, and so that will be a reminder. And some things are released just now, so that's hopefully will be interesting for you as well. And I wanted to remind that during the recent years, our main guiding principle while developing eazyBI is that we want that simple things are easy, so that's why we are called eazyBI, but still complex things are possible. And you can start using eazyBI in an easy and simple way with a lot of sample reports and dashboards and standard measures. But whenever you have more complex requirements, we try to enable these more complex requirements as well. And over time, we try to move more things which were previously complex to these easy and simple things. And the main enabler in the recent years for that has been our AI assistants. And so this is our special AI cat mascot that we sometimes use for describing AI, as sometimes we are joking. So to train these our AI assistants, it is as hard as to train the cat. And cat owners know that's practically sometimes impossible, but you need to use a lot of magic there. Last year, I introduced the eazyBI AI assistants 2 years ago, exactly in the eazyBI community days. And during the first year, last year I presented that we had, during the first year, more than 90,000 conversations with our AI assistants, and we had up to 2,000 monthly active users of AI assistants. And in the second year, so we have more than doubled this number of conversations. So it's close to 200,000 conversations, and we have now about 3,000 monthly active users. And so that's nowadays our main suggestion. Either you are starting to use eazyBI or you are existing user, please use them a lot, and so they are improved all the time, and providing you can do a lot of things much faster. Let's quickly go through all AI assistants which are available and which are some recent improvements there. So the general AI assistant technology and platform is similar, how we do them, but we make them available in each specific eazyBI screen, page, or dialogue, and they are then using all the necessary context and for that particular use case. And our most used and popular AI assistant is Report Builder Assistant for building new reports or updating existing ones. And so now we are all the time improving that it knows about all the report definition options, and when there are some new features, we are updating it so that it knows everything, and then maybe you don't know maybe all the places where you could use and add these new features, AI assistants will know it. Initially, we primarily focused on creating new sample reports, but now we have improved them, and we are recommending them that you can use also to update your existing reports. Just open your existing report and then ask how you would like to change or update it. We have improved how we format assistant responses. Now you can better see the thinking progress, including the tool calls, so that probably you get better feedback, and then you see that it's not stuck, so it's really thinking and trying things, and so you need to wait a little bit. As well as we are providing the conversation history, so for the last month history, you can open and review what you have discussed previously with them. Just recently, that if you sent something by mistake or you don't want to wait, so now there's a stop button that you can stop the response generation and change what you wanted to ask to them. As well as we are improving and updating the backend large language models, LLMs, what we are using, and currently we are using the latest Claude Sonnet 4.6 model with adaptive thinking, and therefore, sometimes you see that if there's some more complex question or where we need to find the best way how to address it, so it might think longer, but it will provide better responses. And we are reviewing all the time so how it's working, and we are improving all the time the system prompts so that we respond correctly with AI assistants to all your challenging questions, and that it really provides the useful answers. Our second most used assistant is MDX formula assistant. And the recent improvements have been that it can also look up other existing calculated member formulas. So if you are using in your formula some other calculated member formulas, so it knows what formulas are used in other calculations. So now it knows about and will respond how to use the formatting options, what in calculated members provide. This MDX formula assistant is also used as a sub-assistant or sub-agent by Report Builder Assistant. So you can also ask a Report Builder Assistant, please create report, and with this additional calculation, and it will use this MDX formula assistant to create a report-specific calculated member in your report. And there are some improvements in formula validation and testing tools that we use. Then there are several new assistants as well that we have added. So the first one is a conditional formatting assistant. As some conditional formattings could be also simple, where you provide that if it's the value is in this range, then do formatting like that. But there you also can use the MDX formulas for doing some calculation, and then based on the calculation result, do some conditional formatting either in your table reports or in charts. And so therefore we have added the conditional formatting assistant as well, and you can ask it to whatever conditional formatting you would like to use. The next new assistant is a custom time hierarchy assistant. So these custom time hierarchies were introduced several years ago, and that was really the complex thing, possible part of eazyBI. That you can use custom JavaScript code to create whatever time hierarchy you would like to use, how to combine and yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly hierarchies and change from in which dates it should start, etc. But probably that was the thing that whenever if our customers or partners wanted that, so they probably asked our support to help with that. And even our support probably was not quite eager to do that, and that was probably more asked from our support colleagues, well, could we have an assistant there as well? And now these custom time hierarchies have moved to this simple thing easy part, because you can just describe what you would like to build as custom time hierarchy, and it will create the necessary JavaScript code. It will suggest with which dates to test it, and just create and use it. So as you have more data volumes and as you create more complex calculations, you probably know that sometimes majority of eazyBI reports will be fast, but sometimes some reports might get slower. And then if you get some 60-second timeout, so you don't know what to do with it, and probably will ask our support why it's slow. But therefore, we have introduced a report optimizer assistant that it will, if you ask it to identify why is it slow, so it will run the report with additional profiling enabled, and it will track how much time it took to gather some data with SQL queries, how much it took time to do the calculations for each individual calculation formula. And it will provide the summary where the time was spent, and you can see what is the bottleneck. And in some cases, if we see that most often the cause will be some slow calculation formulas. And in many cases, you can ask this assistant to help to optimize this formula. And if it will follow some known rules how we can do these optimizations, it can suggest the new formula, it can test it, run the same report with this modified formula, and will provide the results, and you see whether it's improved, and you see maybe sometimes you can just use it to improve the performance. But if not, so then you can send it to us, and then there will be the session about optimizing reports tomorrow, but at least then we know much faster what is causing why this report is slow. And finally, we have had initially already the custom field assistant for which helps you to either modify some options or add some JavaScript code for importing some existing calculated fields, as well as you can create new JavaScript-based custom fields if you during the data import. And the final assistant that we introduced is the homepage assistant. So whenever you have some generic question about eazyBI, or you are not sure where to find something, you can always open the assistant on the home page and ask whatever question you have, and it has indexed and access to all our documentation page. And nowadays, probably it is much faster to use the Home Assistant to find the answer from our documentation than to go and try to search and find the corresponding documentation pages, as it will provide the links that you know that it's not lying, so it will provide the links to the actual documentation page, which are still human written, and hopefully you can trust them that it's true. So that was the short overview of all the different improvements in AI assistants, and please use them as extensively and as needed, and we'll, based on your feedback, we'll improve them all the time. Okay, let's move to the next part about different UI user interface new features that we have implemented. So the first one was quite requested for many years, that regarding table formatting and regarding table header formatting, that currently we were rendering the tables and then relying on the browser, how it will render the tables, so what will be the width of the columns. But sometimes you are not happy with the standard width, and now you can just drag and drop the size, reduce something, make it something larger, reset it to the default. As well as maybe sometimes you don't know, like these boring gray colors, and then you can also change the header background colors, either for all measures or maybe highlight some specific measure. And then, of course, you can combine with all the existing cell formatting options. And so now you can make your table reports as bright as you want. Yeah, so that's, that was released several weeks ago, so quite fresh out of the development. Then we have made improvements in Gantt chart options, and that also historically in Gantt charts the colors were fixed, so now you can change all the colors which are used for some grouping, then for some in-progress tasks. And then we added also conditional formatting in Gantt charts, so you can change them as well. And then we introduced that in addition to some start-end dates in Gantt charts, you can add additional milestones. You can select some additional dates that you can put on the Gantt charts, and they will be shown as milestones. And then when you present the Gantt chart content, so all the formatting options which are presented in the tables are available in the Gantt charts as well. So you can change the header formatting, the content formatting, conditional cell formatting, as well as in tooltips, all the rich content is now rendered as in the table. Then one frequent issue was that if you are using PDF exports of either some wide tables or large dashboards, we had the standard layout in the PDF export, standard page size and standard zoom level. And sometimes your wide tables or wide Gantt charts or wide dashboards didn't fit into them. So therefore, we have introduced both for the reports and dashboards PDF export options that you can increase the page size or you can change the margins and so that and test it so that all your content is fitting in the PDF export. As well as if you are using the PDF email subscriptions, then you can customize PDF email subscription subject line as well as body line, where you can change the text and then include the placeholders with some account names and usernames and dashboard names. Then sometimes if you want to understand what is saved in the report definition, so previously it was just some unformatted JSON, and then our support quite often just copied it somewhere else, formatted nicely, and examined how it looked like. So now you can preview the report definition in much better expandable hierarchical format, and then you can review what is actually saved in the report definition. But also, you can always just ask report builder assistant and to explain what is this report doing and what is saved there. So the next new feature, I would call it a result of PDD, presentation-driven development, that while I was thinking what to present, and I was reminded about the missing thing that many of you have asked, and I have experienced that problem as well, that when you are in any report, you can drill through list of issues, but then you see just the one measure that you drilled into. But it is much nicer now that you can add additional measures in the drill-through results. You can select, for example, that I would like to see some issue type and assignee, change the order. You can order it and much better review it, the drill-through results. And then if you save it in the report definition, so it's always the default layout is saved, and whenever you go and in a dashboard you would like to see some more details, you can always add something more. So this is just released to everyone in the cloud, I think end of last week. So this is quite fresh feature. And then sometimes we have a lot of nice, useful features, but sometimes we have our internal hackathon days, and especially before the April Fool's Day, we sometimes also make some fun. And so that was this year, that was inspired by our designer Marek, so made some stickers with Katya doing vibe coding and creating fish charts. And therefore, so during our hackathon day, so we brought these fish charts live. And so we announced that on April Fool's Day, but so it's still available under the feature flag, so whenever you want to prank your colleagues, you can use fish charts as well. Okay, let's move to the next set of improvements regarding source data import and new integrations. Of course, our main data source is Jira, and we are constantly improving Jira import options. So the first thing is that we added import of archived projects, or spaces as they are called nowadays in the cloud. So if you archive some projects/spaces in Jira, you can keep them in eazyBI for reporting needs, and then when we will update, we will update just non-archived projects, but your archived projects can still remain in Jira remain in eazyBI for reporting purposes. We added some filtering options in the data import options, in custom field import options, that you can select just currently selected custom fields. So if you have huge list of them, so you can reduce and see what you are currently importing. Sometimes you have maybe some very specific needs, how frequently you would like to do some import. Currently it's possible that you either do some daily at some time or do some hourly refresh, but maybe sometimes you want to do some weekly data import on some particular date. Now you can specify the custom cron expression and custom cron schedule to specify when you would like to do the data import. Then if you are using Jira import together with different Jira apps, some time tracking apps, test management apps, sometimes there is a need just to re-import these additional Jira app data, and there's an option now for that. As in large accounts, the whole Jira issue data re-import might take too long time. And we also introduced recently Jira Service Management Satisfaction Comment import, so that you can do the reporting on them as well. Then the next is regarding additional data import. So far you could upload Excel files or CSV files to import additional data, or you could do the import from the Google Sheets or REST API. And now, that was actually the command from our partner FlexBI. So you have Google Sheets, but so Microsoft now is also having this online Excel. And so therefore we added this Microsoft 365 Excel import as well, so that you can schedule regular data uploads from online Excel as well. Then we are all the time looking at what are other top popular third-party apps on the Atlassian marketplace, and there is one more test management app that we have created integration with. So now we have an integration with Qmetry. And then we are also exploring a lot of other data integration options, as we are quite knowledgeable how to do the software project or service project data analytics, and we are looking what are some other alternative similar solutions. And in last months, we have created the integration with UTrack by JetBrains. So it is a kind of Jira clone, so as Jira looked some 10 years ago and still available on the server and the cloud as well. And the data integration is very similar. So if you are exploring some other similar issue tracking tools, and you can use then eazyBI with UTrack as well. Then several improvements in eazyBI administration area. The first is probably not so related specifically for eazyBI administration, but I wanted to mention it here, that we recently migrated to Atlassian Forge platform from the previous Atlassian Connect platform. And hopefully you didn't notice that, so that was the goal, so that eazyBI continues working as is. But mostly I wanted also to remind you that we are using Forge remote modules, which means this Forge app, but still working with our remote backend with eazyBI Cloud. Sometimes we get the questions whether we will be runs on Atlassian. So currently the Atlassian Forge runtime and SQL databases are very limited in terms of data volumes and processing capability, and so we exceed 10 or more times these current limits, and so therefore for the upcoming future, so we can't fit the power of eazyBI into the Forge runtime, and therefore will not be runs on Atlassian. But we are working very hard so that we can earn the trust of our customers, so that they trust our cloud, and that will be the next presentation what Dace will be telling about. Then about administration improvements, one is that we have created a new administration all source application pages, all source application page. So if you have a large eazyBI site with a lot of different accounts, and then sometimes maybe there are some errors in some accounts, or maybe some employee left, and therefore these imports are failing, now the site administrators can see all your source applications from all your accounts in one page, and then you can filter which are currently in error status, or you can filter them and reset and force the re-import of them, or reset the authorization if they are, for example, failing because they were authorized by some employee who is not active anymore. Also, for administration purpose, we have introduced that in reports and dashboards list pages, there's new filter to find the reports and dashboards who are where the embed token are added, so that they could be exposed to other users using these embed tokens. And sometimes you probably want to review that so that you see that it's maybe some reports should not be shared like this, and you could find this much easier. Then I wanted also to remind that we have our learning center that we are improving all the time. And initially, we started with these learning lessons, how to build reports, how to build charts and dashboards. But so during the last year, so we focused on these new learning lessons, learning courses about MDX calculations, and starting how you can start with them, then covering these concepts of tuples, and then the last one is just recently released regarding what are sets in calculation formulas and how to understand and use them. So even nowadays, if you will generate most of your MDX formulas, so it's still valuable that you can more or less understand what's generated, and then you can review it. And so therefore, for all key eazyBI users, for partners, I would definitely recommend to go through these latest learning courses where in interactive way you can go through this creation of calculation measures and with explanation so that you understand better the main concepts, so that you can review and verify that what was generated by AI assistants is really what you need. Okay, so that was some summary of the main new things that we have implemented in the last months, and there are a lot of them, and so we are also trying to improve our velocity using the new AI coding agents, and so I hope that we will continue like that as well, so to bring a lot of new features all the time. But I wanted to highlight a couple things which are upcoming soon and that we are working on. So the first thing is that we still love all our data center customers and our private eazyBI customers as well. And I wanted to remind that eazyBI is still having the same source code that we deploy all the time to our cloud, but then we, from time to time, we packaged it and release as data center apps or as private eazyBI. And now we are finalizing the new major version 9 of our data center and private eazyBI. And so mostly it will include all the latest features that I just presented, which are available in the cloud. So all the latest AI assistants, which are also available for data center apps and for private eazyBI, all the UI and source data improvements. So they should be coming in the upcoming weeks. Hopefully we'll finalize the version and we'll release it. So those who are still on the data center, please do upgrade. And also we understand that so those who are now planning, so the migration to the cloud, so probably takes a little bit longer, and then you don't want to do all the migrations to the latest Jira versions before that, and so therefore we are supporting also the older versions of Jira that probably Atlassian is not supporting anymore. Like we still support the latest Jira 9, 12 long-term support version. We will support that with eazyBI version 9 and all the latest Jira 10 and Jira 11 versions, as well as Confluence latest 8.5 long-term support version, as well as Confluence 9 and 10. The only thing that we are dropping is Java 8 support, so I hope that no one is using this ancient Java runtime, which is more than 10 years or whatever old, because there are some new Java libraries that require at least Java 11, so therefore we are supporting all the major Java runtimes since that, Java 11, 17, 21, and 25. As well as we will review and support some very old versions and non-supported versions of the databases as well, so MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL. So please keep these databases up to date on the level of supported versions. So we are adding new source data integrations all the time as well, and exploring where else you could use eazyBI. And one thing that we are now working and finalizing regarding the GitHub integration. So currently we already have the GitHub DevOps metrics import if you are using Jira. So then it can get all the GitHub pull requests and builds related to Jira issues. But now we'll add this as a standalone integration as well, so that you can select which GitHub repository data, pull requests, commits, issues, actions you would like to analyze, and then you can get some summaries regarding some pull requests, their development, review time, merge times, etc. As well as you will be able to analyze some commit details, so see, do you see these spikes in number of commits due to the AI agents developing, generating all these vibe-coded commits, so whether you are spending tokens wisely. So yeah, that's the thing that we are working on now, and as a GitHub user as well, so we have our internal needs for that. The other upcoming feature is improvement for REST API data import. And currently, for REST API, you can have a single endpoint from which you would like to import the data. But quite often, from one base URL, you would like to import several data. And therefore, we are improving REST API source with the option to have multiple endpoints. So you can define once what will be the base URL, what authentication you will use, whether maybe you have some common custom JavaScript code that is needed. Then you can define multiple these endpoints or these individual importers, as we will call them. For example, from some customer transaction system, maybe you want to at first import the customer data, then some product data, and then some transaction data. And then you specify for each endpoint separately this data mapping, and then they will run in that exact sequence, and then you can schedule when you want to do it. As well as we will add, so that's the candidate for the new AI assistant, to create a data import and mapping assistant, so that instead of what now you will, in the afternoon, Martin will show you and teach you how to do these data mappings, but hopefully in future you can generate it more faster and automatically, but it's good to review and understand these data mappings as well. And then it will look something like that for the REST API, at first you can stick with this previous single endpoint data import, but then there will be this option to select that you want to do this multiple endpoint data import, and then you can define these multiple importers, each importer with the separate data mapping screen, and then when it's running, then you can see also how it's sequentially running, and if there are any errors or whatever, you will see where it happened. So returning to what I started, and I've been 2 years ago playing with these two letters that now everyone is talking about AI, but we are still using these two next this letter, this BI. And some are questioning, so in the era of artificial intelligence, do we need these traditional business intelligence tools at all? So probably in the future, just everyone will just ask some kind of AI chat, some kind of AI agent to get the results. And for example, I made comparison that I opened the eazyBI in Jira and also open the Rovo agent. And so let's ask the same question. For example, that I show stacked bar chart of how many eazyBI work items were selected for development in progress in review statuses at the end of each of last 12 months. So now I'm running it at 4 times speed, so it's a little bit faster. But in about 20 seconds, our assistant gave the result, and then if you would save that report, so it would open in 1 second, you can get the result. And So for Rovo agent, it took about 3 minutes. So it tries and thinks really hard about it. So where I need to fetch all the data. And finally, so it found the correct answers. And actually, the resulting chart is the same. But will you really in daily life want to ask this perfectly formulated prompts and then to wait for a couple of minutes to get the answers? So that would be similar that when you are driving a car. So would you like to ask every time, so what's my current speed? And then wait for a minute to get, okay, your current speed is like that. Probably not. So therefore you have these dashboards. And so that's a similar thing that probably you don't want to always ask some perfectly formulated questions to get the data, to get some dashboards that you are some core KPI indicators that you want to have a look every day. And if you have some dashboards, for example, in my case as well, as a CEO of our company, I have many dashboards that I have trained my eye, that I'm looking at them every time, and then maybe I spot, there's something different, something else is different. These traditional BI technologies are very good at doing this statistical analysis and giving this statistical overview and summaries of the data that you can see and check every day. But then, sometimes when you see, okay, I see that there's some larger amount of issues in progress, for example, and then I'm interested, so why are they? And then traditionally, I would drill through it and open in a Jira Navigator that. But now, you can download this as CSV and upload to Rovo and then investigate if any bugs are too long in progress. And so then Rovo agent will just take this smaller amount of Jira issues and then will explore their description, their change logs, and what typically you would go through and do it manually by yourself. Then for this ad hoc analysis, and then for this qualitative analysis. So their AI, these agents are very good and can be very valuable. And so that's what I see, that it's instead of doing one versus other, so I think it's better, so think about how you can use them together. And so Atlassian is working on that how to provide more Rovo integration options for Forge apps as well. And so the idea would be that we can expose this eazyBI as a tool for Forge. So whenever you need to explore, take some details, some results of that report, and then analyze it further, and then combine with some other data. So that's the approach, so how we are thinking about the Rovo and integration. But it's not just about Rovo, so as you know, so you never know what will be the top agent now. So for some it's Claude Code, for some are saying no, Codex is better, so then it's some other agent will be better. So therefore it's also we're thinking so how we can expose eazyBI to even more different AI agents. And one current trend approach is that these coding agents, which are the top agents currently, they are very good at command line interface. And therefore, we have created and internally testing eazyBI command line interface. And so with that, so if you install it in your computer, so you can create several authentication profiles, either with Jira Cloud sites or with your DC app or private eazyBI instance, and maintain multiple these authentication profiles and specify with which you would like to work currently. And then it will do the auth-based authentication where you approve it. And then with the eazyBI command line tool, so you can see the list of accounts that are available to you, select what you would like to work with. You can get the list of reports, what are available, and then you can export some report results and in CSV or PDF format and use it somewhere else. And if you export to CSV format, maybe you can pipe the results to some other tool where if you want to do some automation. And so one option is that you can use the CLI tools in your automation scripts, but even further, so you can install it as a skill in your coding agent. And so you can install as a skill for RoboDev, for Claude Code, for Codex. And so these skills are basically descriptions how to use this tool. And then the tool as well provides the help page how to use that. And these AI agents are very good at figuring out how to use it for different purposes. And for example, the small example that I open Claude Code with installed eazyBI CLI, and let's ask, use eazyBI CLI with my eazyBI Atlas.NET profile, in eazyBI account, run bugs created versus resolved report, and found out how many bugs were resolved in this and last months. So it figured out, used this authentication profile, found from the list of reports which report to use, run and exported it to CSV, and looked up the results from CSV and found out that it's this month there were 10 bugs resolved, and last month 22 bugs resolved. So very simple example, but you can do it, combine in many different ways. And also with the, historically maybe CLIs were just for developers and for administrators, but probably that's not so complex to use for everyone in your team as internally in our team. So we are many more non-coding users are now using, for example, AI agents with installed the CLI to do a lot of different things where previously you would do it manually and find something in eazyBI and copy there and paste there. So now you can do it in much more automated way. So that's the future direction, and so what I see that it's not the question whether AI versus BI, but how we can use AI technologies, so what we are currently already using for building new reports, dashboards, data imports, as well as when you have created these BI reports, how then to give these results again to AI agents and use each technology where it is the best and where it's working much better. So thank you for your attention.